I've been working in the world of recovery for 43 years now. I had a huge issue with addiction myself, alcohol and cocaine, for 30 years. A very, very long time, and it was very deleterious, obviously, to have an addiction that long. And even in the work that I do, which is quite shocking, I was getting so many people clean and sober, and I wasn't clean and sober at that time at all. Now, 30 years later, my Lord, just about over 30 years later, of clean sobriety, never relapsed, none of that kind of stuff, I really wanted to put out some very valid information. I have started a brand new client. I don't even know if I have I have our new book, David Essel's Permanent Alcohol and Life Recovery. David Essel's Permanent Alcohol and Life Recovery. I had a gentleman just started with the program today. We work with people from all over the world. And he said, "Do you know why I hired you?" I said, "No." He said, "I read half of your book before I even decided to contact you." And I said, "Oh my God, this guy has got it together. He knows stuff that most people don't know. He's writing stuff in this book, and this book was just published in 2023 that most people don't even know exists. And he talks the truth about AA. And then he went on to say to me, "David, I went to AA. I had the same experience you did. It was incredibly negative. And then when I find out," and this is his words, he's saying, I find out that it has a 10% success rate, which means those meetings have a 90% failure rate. He said, "I couldn't believe it. And then I finally found you." You see, we look at this totally differently. I went to a 30-day treatment center. I needed that help. I volunteered. I raised my hand and said, "I need help." And when I came out, I said to the counselor at the treatment center, he goes, "Hey, you got to do 90 days at AA meetings." I said, "I'm doing 120. I want to find out what this AA thing is all about." I've worked with so many people that went to AA that were not happy with it, and I don't have an opinion on it. I've never been to meetings, so I need to go. I was extremely disgusted. 120 days. I went through the 12 steps. I had a sponsor. I read the big book. I read the 12 steps, 12 traditions. I went heavy into it. And every meeting I'd go into, I was disgusted. I'm hearing people talking about the fact once you're an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. It's not your fault. It's your genes. Relapse is part of recovery. I mean, are you freaking kidding me? How do they get away with still being an organization when we know all of those statements I just said are false? You're not an alcoholic for life. If you want to be, you can be. My God, do you know how many people that I've worked with? I just ran into a guy the other day, 20 years ago. I worked with him to get sober. I ran into another person 15 years ago. I helped them get sober. Another person 17 years ago. I run into these people all the time, and they say the same thing. "We tried AA, it didn't work, but David Essel did." Because we use the latest information. You know, what we have to understand is when you're calling yourself an alcoholic, when you're going to an AA meeting and you're sitting in there and you haven't had a drink in 6 months, a year, 10 years, whatever it might be, and you're saying, "Hi, I'm David, I'm an alcoholic." Do you know what that does to the brain? The subconscious mind, every time it hears you say, "Hi, I'm Brian. Hi, I'm Kathy. Hi, I'm Mary. I'm an alcoholic," and you haven't drank, and you're not a dry drunk, and you haven't cross-addicted to nicotine or sugar or caffeine or pot or TV or social media or politics arguing, if you have not cross-addicted, why would you encourage yourself to say that you're an alcoholic? Why? The gentleman that I worked with today, this is only, we've had a couple sessions, he said, I don't understand that thing. I am an alcoholic. And I said, "Well, you're still drinking. And we're titrating you down. So sure, call yourself an alcoholic now. But when we get you to zero, when we get you to sobriety, there's no way you're going to call yourself an alcoholic." And he got it. And it made sense. We use tools to find the origin of the addiction. We use tools like deep breathing and meditation to calm the brain. We use amino acid therapy as a way to boost the brain, so you're not going to look to cross-addict with sugar or pot or caffeine or anything else in the world. We understand the world of recovery. I mean, my God, I still use amino acids every day to keep my mood at a great place. I still wake up every day and go through my routine. I don't call it a recovery routine. I don't call it a sobriety routine. It's a lifestyle routine. Where in the past we may have gotten up and been thinking all day long about, do I have enough wine at home, and do I want to go to that party? I better have a couple drinks first. It never happens anymore. When people get sober, one of the coolest things they tell me is, "David, I just don't think about alcohol." And now I realize that years ago, all I thought about was alcohol. Listen, the sponsors in 12-step need to go through training. The sponsors in 12-step need to go through a life coach certification training so they can be certified to help people, so they have a deeper understanding. When I was trying to find a sponsor, I was there for 120 days. It took me 119 days to find a sponsor that wasn't trying to shove Jesus Christ down my throat, wasn't trying to tell me that I'm 13 stepping. My God, I've been dating someone for a long time. I wasn't 13. 13 stepping means that you go into recovery and you start to see someone, you start to date, which is a distraction. And we discourage people from dating if they're not currently dating. But if you're currently dating, you don't dump your partner because you're going to be sober. So these people were coming up to me with all these accusations. I said, okay, enough already. You know, all your stories, the speakers, oh my God, the speaker meetings were horrendous. 15 minutes of them telling their tales of woe. Oh my God, I got drunk doing this. I got high doing this. I did this. I did that. Who wants to hear that crap? I want to hear 55 minutes of, since I've gotten recovered, since I'm sober, my life is radically better. Let me tell you how my relationship with my kids changed, how my work changed, how my relationship with my partner changed, my family, my friends. That's what I want to hear in a meeting. I don't want to hear people talking about their 25 years of debauchery. Listen, we have reached out to the AA organization and said, we'll help you update. You haven't updated your program in 80 years. We never hear a thing back. Grab our book. This book right here, you can get it for free at talkdavid.com. See what I'm talking about? We believe so strongly in this program that we are giving the freaking book away. And then if you want to work with me to get recovered for life, all you have to do is follow the program. You don't even have to want to get sober. I didn't want to get sober. I had a 10% desire to get sober. I did the work, and it's been a very long time. Very long time. I want the same to happen to you, and it can. Visit me at talkdavid.com. Get the book for free. Read the book for free. Then let's work together and get you sober for life. Alcohol, pot, nicotine, food, it doesn't matter what the addiction is. We work with everything. Social media addiction, one of our strong suits as well. Everything's at talkdavid.com. You're tuned into David Essel Live right here on Buzzsprout podcast. Go to buzzsprout.com, Google David Essel, thousands of hours of podcasts. Between now and then, have a beautiful, beautiful day. And yes, there is hope. And yes, there's a program available. I'm not the only one. There's other programs too that can help you get clean and sober for life. Let's put the time in. Hey, it's here. It's now. It's ready. And I'm ready to work with you. Have a beautiful day.